Hi guys, hello. I hope audio is good. Do you see me?
Yes, audio
It's
is
okay.
working, and now we see a view from your webcam.
All is great?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I will start now. So, sun is shining here at Riga. Greetings for all of you. And mood is great. Today we have very intensive lections, so I hope I will entertain you a bit. Maybe not so, not much about the tips and tricks, but about my work. I should say at first that very exciting to be a speaker from Riga, from Latvia. And I actually am a long-term user of SketchUp, of this my beloved program, and I am familiar with SketchUp from the third version. It's very long time ago. I see it first time, and now we have Trimble SketchUp, and I used Pro version, which have layout also. And actually, Carlis was asked me if I wanted to participate this event and tell about my success story. And I think it would be great, but what success means to me? Success means to me that I have a lot of happy clients. Yes, and my go-to strategy always to work with client is win-win strategy. It's mean happy designer, happy client. And the SketchUp as a program, as a tool, my tool for work, daily work, works really well for me. It's such a type of tool which make me happy. Mostly. I don't know how it would be when we migrating to the different licenses, because I'm the old school one user. I like to have a standalone license, but no, we'll see. And I wanted to show you the different type of objects which I'm done in the past years in this new new Trimble SketchUp, because my beloved one was Google, but I think the Trimble will be nice too. It just takes some time to move on that fast as it fast goes now, more like Tekla style. So I decide to divide my presentation in two parts. At first part, I will be speaking about why I choose SketchUp for my daily work. And I share with you 5 reasons why I choose it. And the other part will be about some maybe different products, because we all use SketchUp mostly for modeling. And of course, it is modeling program, but I use it in different ways also. And maybe you find it helpful and catch some insights for your work, not only for beginners, but for advanced users also. So, move to the presentation. I will share the screen now. You could see my presentation, okay? Is it working? Do you see?
Yes, it's working, and the screen is clear. Thank you. You can start.
Yes, very well. Okay, so one more time, I'm Inga. I'm interior and exterior designer. And if you want to know some more about me and my work, or maybe be my friend on Facebook or Instagram, so please do. My Facebook is at Baltic Interior, and Instagram is Baltic Interior also, but like this. Yes, and my website is www.balticinterior.lv. So feel free to ask the questions. Also, you can use Messenger to ask me about my work. And so let's go to the first part. So as I mentioned, I have 5 main reasons why I choose SketchUp for my daily work. I use few more programs for drafting and for rendering. I must mention that I don't draft in layout, but it's my personal preference. It's not because the layout is bad for that. I just like to draft in CAD. So the first reason, it's because SketchUp works very well with other tools which I used. Second one, also very important for me, that this program works well for small and also for big models. I work with different clients, from the person who came with only 20 square meters project and with very big projects. You will see some of them in presentation. So it was very important to me to have a program which could give me opportunity to work with both, not to migrate from one program to another. And third reason is that SketchUp allows me to use exact models and textures from brands, because I think it's a bit dumb to reinvent bicycle if we have a good bicycle already. For example, I used a lot models from Grohe or Hansgrohe, Exor. Yes, it's detailed, very exact versions of the real product. So it's work very nicely with SketchUp, and I could produce exact and precise models with it. And what is interesting, that SketchUp allows to choose a level of detailing of projects. Why it's important? Because you have a different clients with different budgets. Some clients could buy very detailed photorealistic 3D renderings, and others want some smaller amount of my work. So why not to work with them? And I found that SketchUp allows not to decrease the quality, but increase use of time and keep the quality level, which is very important for me. And 5, last but not least, it's that SketchUp allow to create mood. For me as a designer, mood is very important thing, because actually what I create with my project is the mood which client will have lived in this object. So SketchUp for me is fun, simple and fast tool which I love to use daily, in daily basis. So let's see some of my projects, and we start from some bigger ones. Okay, this is logistic park in Edži. I made the concept for this park to architect, which could later do the AR project and later the BK. So you see this picture is already rendered with V-Ray Next, Visual Ray Next. Some other view, and that's how it's look like in SketchUp. Yes, this is rendered and this is in SketchUp. So it's a quite it's a big project. You see it's from the top. The client wanted also IRL view. This is in SketchUp, IRL view in SketchUp, and this is rendered with V-Ray Next. This is the private house for which I created all the woodwork. The model is exact model of what the carpenters will used to make this exterior. Yes, I want to ask, do you see my mouse as I show? I
yes,
don't.
yes, perfectly.
Okay. And this is how it's look in SketchUp. I want to say that this is a V-Ray ready model, so it's might look a bit different. For example, the windows are black because in V-Ray I choose the window material to looks like that. Yes, and in rendered mode it's perfectly fine as a glass. Okay, so this is the SketchUp model of that exact house. It's a aerial view. It was an ensemble of two buildings, smaller. It's guest house, and the main house area is here, and a bit of landscaping also I did. I'm not a pro in landscaping, but sometimes I do it for my lovely clients. So you will see a few examples more about it. Very small guest house. So you can use SketchUp for big house, for small house, it doesn't matter. It's give you the equal quality no matter the size of the project, because you never know with what project this client came for you in a few years. Maybe he came with 20 square meters today, but tomorrow we have much bigger project. So I always go to the best possible quality without depending to size. So one more house, it's in Penki, and here I do exterior and also the interior design. And you could see that here we see not only this house, but also the neighbors. Sometimes it is important. For example, here you will see the yard, inner territory of this property, and neighbors is very close to the house. So here I made not only the exterior design for the house, but also a bit of landscaping to show client how he can deal with this possibility to be more private in his property. So I made also children playground, different view, and some more. For what I use SketchUp is such type of presentation or completion where you can use plan, and also you can show some additional information, and I found it very useful and simple way to present concept to client. So here you see that it's easy to show how this landscape will change in seasons, because I show here the blooming flowers, and it shows the right concept of the colors which clients will have in this landscape. Yes, if we go back a little bit, yes, the palette which chosen by client was in rose and white colors. And here I show the real flowers blooming. So it's one of very nice ways to show the possibilities of design. One more thing I do in SketchUp, actually it's layout. Yes, it's SketchUp, but it's layout. It's material cards for architects. And here you see it's orthogonal views on exterior facades. So, and here we have all the colors and materials. So this material card could be used by architect, and even I could give him a DWG format from SketchUp to easy the way he work with my materials and information from me. And I do this project a lot, actually. And sometimes I just don't do the realistic renders. I just do this type of product without realistic renders, because as I mentioned, SketchUp allows to show exact materials and textures even without visualization in some other rendering programs. And here we see exact materials, so it's very convenient. And it's allow client not to buy products which they do not need. The same house, interior, it's first floor. And I want to mention that SketchUp allows to do minimalistic interiors. I mainly work with minimalistic and modern interiors, and not so much with classical. I do classics, but not as often. Maybe I prefer personally the modern styles. So this is quite minimal interior. You can see also rendered with V-Ray. This is example of the bathtub. So here you see the exact objects and techniques. It's all are real ones, and client will have to buy these products, and he are able to see how it looks like. Yes, so it's a very convenient option in SketchUp. Of course, you do not need to render to present, but I just wanted to show the rendered one. And also the very precise type of big format tiles. I think in products which is tended to be more like luxurious price tag, it's very important to client to see the exact version, how it will be. It helps to sell the idea, also interior idea and interior concept, and also sell the product by itself. Just one more bigger apartment, and here you see, for example, this is wall and decor wallpapers, exact that it is in real life, and B&B Italia poof here, Malteni chairs. One more view. This is that's about, I said, the mood. Yes, I like to create ambiance and mood for clients, so they could feel even on my models and rendering it will be in real life. So Christmas already here. Okay, and this is how it's look like in SketchUp without renderings. I prefer the engineering style, and I switch to profiles and edges 1 point. Yes, I like, then it looks clearer a bit. So one more bathtub, and here I playing with the water. It's also is possible in SketchUp. You could use it already in SketchUp, not only in post-production. It's not edited by Photoshop. Yes, it's already edited in SketchUp application. One more moody render, sunrise. Yes, and you see here we have exact piece of lighting, exact pieces of furniture. It's all from, this all is from Malteni, and here is Patricia Jurkiola, one of my beloved designers. I used often when I can, when budget allows. So you can see that we can use very precise models for present our concepts in SketchUp. This one, it's a very fun object. Here I play with terrain also, and this project, it's in work now. It's almost ready. So here the client was the realtor, and he wanted to see some mood of this beautiful landscape. There have a private river bank, so I decided to do such a view. And here is a SketchUp. Some views you see here. It's a real terrain from Google Earth taken, and it's quite interesting to work with real terrain actually. So one more product I used and loved, and actually it's about what Aris say, that Trimble goes to augmented reality, and I'm very in it now. I train myself actually to give my clients such opportunity to use these modern products. And here you see is the early beginnings. It's panorama view. And one more panorama view. It's a very interesting product which I started to sell last year, and I see that it's quite good, and I see the future, a good future for this product actually. So we go to straight go to part 2. A bit running out of time, but I hope I will made it. So I want to show you 5 more tips how I use the SketchUp, because all that I show you was with the renderings, yes, and renderings it's such someone buys, someone don't, and I found some other products which sell well, was sold very well in the past years. It's without renderings, just pure SketchUp. So let's see. It's 2D plans for real estate developers and realtors. In the past, mostly for such a plans was used Adobe products and Corel Draw, but it don't allow to make very exact and precise plans. So I will show you how I do it my way. Actually, after one debug presentation, I feel like I'm cheater, but maybe someone found it interesting how I do it. So the second way is completion. You also see it in my works before. I do mood boards, collages, and material cards in layout. I use SketchUp to produce base for hand drawing and sketches also. And what I do more, I create my own unique 2D-dimensional library for drafting software. I work in NanoCAD. It's analog for the AutoCAD. So I used not that models which used by others, but I create my models to achieve more unique looks of my draftings. So let's see the 2D plans for real estate developers and realtors. It's look like this, and it's only one example, but we go shortly how I do it. So to achieve such a look, what tips and what could you use to do it? First and foremost, you must develop unique color scheme. For example, for this specific plan, I do not use black color. I used the charcoal instead of black, and you see how it looks milder and softer, maybe a bit romantic. So second tip is to choose right materials and components which could look good on your plans. Why it is so important? Because you must think about how your client will use your plan, your product. For example, these plans is used printed on paper. It's not for media, social media or website, it's for printing. So think about how material will look printed on the paper. It's a very important moment. And I choose a palette, and here think about that less is more. Yes, because plan must be clear, clean and simple to be understandable and usable fast. As you see in this example, I love to see how textures and the furniture and the other accessories works together. Yes, I made such a template to see how it works. And then maybe it would shock you, but I combine 2D and 3D here. And it allows me to work much faster. I could, for this specific client, I do about 10 plans in one day. And it allows me to produce very fast this product, and also made fast changes if a client needed, because I actually about debug I need to search how it works, because this one is a very simple way how I do it, simple but fast, which is important. So here I combine 2D and 3D, and I used parallel projection and also standard view stop. So later we can achieve such type of plan, which is quite clear. We can add details, tables, signs, etc. all the client need. And I think it's a quite nice little product to sell and to impress clients and achieve the needs of speed. Yes, and you can use these plans also for completion later, as this example shows. Yes, and it's much better than use only the table where you have the content. Yes, it's much more visible to client to see it this way. Okay, thank you. I think it's end of my presentation. I hope you find some helpful tips, and we'll see your work from perspective. So if you have questions, please send to Paulina or Carlis. They could ask me. And yes, this is my social media. Please look at it and let's be friends. Thank you.